Hit the like, hit subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Thank you very much. Enjoy. This is a video for removing security for the PS4 online play.
And obviously not just about online gaming, it's the security aspect of it. So we all game. That's one of the reasons why we all have a PS4. But the video's main topic is the removal of the security as far as letting anyone game online. Now, this doesn't mean about raising or lowering the age to suit an individual. It's basically about the PS4 stopping somebody wishing to play a game, their age limit, but the PS4 account has been set up that disables this function completely. So in part and parcel, if you're the family manager, you have set up a person's account that they can only play single player offline, then that's going to put them in a very awkward position if they want to play something that's well within a child's age limit, such as I'll take an example, I'll take Fortnite for example, or something like that. This is a typical one that everyone wants to play. So if you try, let's take two options. If you try and broadcast and the security measure says your account is unable to allow you to do this function, or error code something MP something, or your account is not eligible to play online completely. It doesn't matter if it's the age restriction that's set correctly or incorrectly. It's the function is disabled for whatever reason. So I'm going to show you a few tips today on how to fix that. So let's get on with the video.
Now, as these videos always start, they always start on the system screen. So we always head over to settings. And you want to go to, as usual, to parental controls, family management, and you want to go to the PS4 system restrictions. So what you will have to do first is once you click that, you enter square 4 times, which is 0000. That is the default password. And you want to go down to default parental controls, and you want to set your age level for games. Now, as you can see here, it is always set to allowed. It is basically that setting that allows you to play every single age format from 3, 7, 12, 16 and 18. You have full access to all the software. Now, the lower level that you go to, the tighter the control, and the higher the number, the lower the test setting. So for example, level 11 will be your age higher. So if you take it all the way back down to level 1, that is the tightest security, and you won't be able to play it very much at all. So for most adults, would leave it on level 11, the lowest setting. So setting your game playing restriction as far as the age level for games is concerned is one way of getting through the issue of playing games online, local or online. The other option is to temporarily disable all PS4 restrictions. Now, this removes all security across the system from Blu-ray, DVD, PSVR use and games in general. So you can disactivate all security until you turn off the console and restart it again. So again, that's another option you can try if you're having difficulty. Now, there is another issue there as well, is basically when you go online with an account that has age restriction activated, you will get a pop-up from the PlayStation saying PlayStation Network features in this application will not run due to age restriction. And now there is an error string after this, or error code, and it's called NP/31735/9. This is a PS4 error code, and the game will not play because of the age restriction activated onto it. Now, if you were a user, you'd check the age restriction of the application and make sure that the age associated with your account is old enough to play the title. So basically what that means, if you are a user with a profile of a sub-account, sub-account is a secondary account controlled by the family manager for a minor or someone else who has lower security settings. So the sub-account has a age restriction regardless of whether the system PS4 restrictions are activated or not. Now look, to be honest, there are ways around that. You can basically delete your old profile, which as I said, you will lose content and game saves, etc. So whatever you do after that, you'll be starting again afresh on a game anyway. So what you can do, you can create a brand new Sony Entertainment Network account and you can lie about your age, but there are risks in doing that, where people have had issues with the account being blocked because they're basically not old enough to play the particular game that Sony has, so very hard to prevent them from playing. And if for any reason Sony should get hold of that information, they can do one of two things. They can shut down your account, they can delete your content, or both, or ban you from PlayStation Network completely for pretty much breaking their terms and conditions, and they have the right to do that. So I don't disclaim however you go about your business, but I wouldn't endorse this at all.
That is in essence is it. There's the two options. You change your age restriction to the lowest setting, which, as I said in the video, was level 11, giving you unrequited restriction or de-restriction, so free reign across the console to play anything you want until you turn the console off and back on again, and your system restrictions will be reactivated. It's one way. The other way is to delete the user profile that you have in applications of the PS4, which is in the family management folder. You can do that as well, but bearing in mind, unless you back up and save your game saves to the PlayStation Plus cloud, you will lose content such as your game saves, screen grabs, captures and videos as well. Bearing in mind that if you start a new profile, you do run the risk of actually having to begin your games again if you haven't backed up your saves. So there's pros and cons to doing it, and as I did say before, if your account has been set up with someone that doesn't wish you to play online, that individual are in the right, as with Sony. And as I said, if you do want to risk losing content or getting yourself bumped off the PlayStation Network for in Sony's eyes, legal reasons, you don't want to risk the ramifications of having legal proceedings put through to you by Sony for being a minor playing games under the endorsed age of what they're designed for, and that always a risk. That is always a risk, I'm afraid. And being a parent, I am well aware of that as well. And yeah, as it may not be the news that ultimately a couple of people in the community did cry out for this video, and I have tried my best to help them, but if one of those two quick fixes don't work, then I'm afraid it's bad news, unfortunately. So and bearing in mind, it's not the end of the world if you do still play in the family manager's main account. If you have to play the main account or the parents' account, which they've designated you to, and you can't play online completely, you just might have to accept their wishes, unfortunately, unless of course they are willing to change your age parameter, and again, that's entirely up to, that's their right to do so. But as I said, de-restricting or deactivating the PS4's complete restriction and then going in and manually adjusting it, that's always doable as well. That's good. I mean, you can do that. Always try that before anything else anyway. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful, and do share the video as well for other users to take benefit of the knowledge there as well. Okay, talk to you very soon. Thanks now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.